Hi, Jet, and thanks a lot for jumping on the quick chat with me today. I would love to pretty much get your opinion about DataDoe, but before we start, could you introduce yourself and your business?
Sure. I'm Jet Harrington. I'm the co-owner of One Way Pet. We are primarily an Amazon seller, but we also sell in other marketplaces.
Got it. How long you actually sell online?
I've been in e-commerce my entire career, so going on 25 years.
Okay, then you've seen a lot. And also, I'm very curious just to see from your perspective how it developed, like the whole industry when it comes to just like the tools and now the AI, just very curious. What's your opinion?
At the beginning, it was very archaic. Everybody had their own website primarily because no marketplaces existed. And Yahoo at one point in time was the Google that everybody knows now. They were the top search engine. And then everybody was using things like Internet Explorer as their browser. And so everything was heavily HTML based. Just a lot of in-house coding, not a lot of tools or connectors or apps of any kind. And you basically had to build your own website either on your own platform or through a provider like Yahoo. And Excel was basically the only game in town for data analysis, which data analysis wasn't even really something that people focused on back then. So it's definitely come a long way as marketplaces have come online. Obviously, everybody knows who Amazon is, and the data has become significantly more sophisticated, which is a blessing and a curse because you can find out a lot more, but you can very easily get stuck in a quagmire of data where you're just kind of shuffling things around without having any real business solutions involved. So it's an ever-changing landscape, which is what I love about it. And I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else.
Yeah, I can see that. But especially nowadays, I guess you really need to catch up with trends, as definitely last 2 years, I can say, was like the most innovative when it comes to like working basically, not only in e-commerce, but just overall on your business online. So that's actually super nice that you came such a long way. You're using DataDoe. I'm very curious actually, how did you find us and what actually made you start using it? And then later, I would love to know how you use it, your use cases, how you work with it. But let's start just with the first thing.
Honestly, I stumbled across you guys. One of the things that I do periodically just to try and stay as close to on top of the trends as I can, periodically I just vet basically every tool that we use currently to see if something new and innovative has arrived. Is it fleshed out or is it kind of in its infancy? Just so we don't get left behind with new emerging technology. One of the, of course, emerging technologies that have taken place over the last 3 years in my mind, but for a lot of other people, 1 to 2, is the advancement and deployment of AI solutions. And AI is one of the things that I noticed DataDoe integrated with among a couple of other companies that I was looking at. And after having a pilot conversation, demo conversation with your team, it seemed like a good fit for us to test. So we did. And after we tested it and I found a couple of things that were inconsistent or the data wasn't matching up what my data showed, that's when the real test of a company comes, in my opinion. I opened up some support tickets and your side has been fantastic with that. So that's ultimately what led us to become a subscriber.
That's actually also great to hear that we are constantly actually working on this data coverage and also like the accuracy of the data, because this is very challenging task, I would say, especially because of how messy Amazon data is. And also this is something that not a lot of people really understand, but what you see, for example, in Seller Central or different tools doesn't match, and what API gives you also is different. So sometimes we actually got even users that they just said that this data is a little bit off what I see in, for example, different tool or Seller Central. Can you fix it? But it's not that simple because first of all, just API gives you a little bit different data. But by the end of the day, you really need to just understand it and then use it. So I'm pretty sure you actually are doing it properly in your business. I would love to know how actually are using it. Do you use Claude Code, ChatGPT, or any other AI tools, and how you actually work with DataDoe? Like, how does it help you?
Currently with DataDoe, we are using it within Claude, and Claude is the primary, but we do have plans to integrate with GPT as well, because as anybody who's built any sophisticated data tools knows, that token usage is a real thing. And so by leveraging multiple sets of AI to accomplish the same end project, you can get different perspectives, but you can also boost efficiency. And so having DataDoe connected to both, even though right now we are only Claude, is the plan.
Got it. And do you use only read access, or did you also try to push things to Amazon? You use maybe a skills? Like, I'm just curious for like very specific use case.
So for us right now, we have successfully used Claude to build a number of tools for our business that take a look at things like where Amazon owes us money or spotting inconsistencies within data, as you've already pointed out. If it makes you feel any better on that point, by the way, even Amazon's own reporting sometimes contradicts other reports. So data validation is something that used to be manual and cumbersome, and now we have a pretty good understanding of what sources are our source of truth and how to build tools around those sources of truth.
Got it. No, that's pretty nice. So I would say that would be it for this short video. And thanks a lot for coming, Jay. Really appreciate that. And we continue to support your business basically the best we can.
Of course. Thank you for your time. And if I can do anything to be of help to you or your team in the future, please let me know.